Hi, happy Friday. I am Meredith. I am here with our message for the 11th of July, 2025. Lightseers Tarot on the table, tuning into the energy atmosphere. We currently have a full moon in Capricorn, and the moon is going to shift into Aquarius this afternoon, sometime around 1:30-ish. And we have the sun in Cancer, Pluto, and Neptune retrograde. I think we have a Mercury retrograde coming as well. Anyway, we'll get there. Robust shuffle, as you can see this morning. Let's dive right in and see what's on offer to us in the cards. Our first two. Nice, 3 of Wands. Excellent. So, we've been talking about that horizon. And moving on to that horizon through our ripple effect of beautiful manifestation energy. And this is us kind of staking a claim there, which is awesome. So we've stepped through the doorway of opportunity that the two of Wands presents. We're here on the 3. And this means we're making more of, or making use of, what's on offer to us. And it's paired with, look at that, the Fool, a great big leap of faith when you see this card, and no fear of consequence. So congratulations to each and every one of you who've taken the leap of faith. So it's a beginning phase with the Fool. The Fool is 0 in the major arcana, the beginning, the first steps through, we've taken some first steps on the other side of this portal that was offered through the 2 of Wands in the 3 of Wands. Next set of 2, we have Wheel of Fortune coming back for us. Yes, number 10 out of the major arcana. Excellent alignment of cards there, because this is the divine delivery system. And this is the Wheel of Fortune turning in our favor with very obvious evidence for some and very to be determined evidence for others. Paired with, look at that. Whoa. Check that out, people. Like, you have the beginning, the middle, and the end of the major arcana right here in the Fool, the Wheel of Fortune, and the World. This is reward of all our prior investment. And look at these 2 characters here. You know they're the same character. Well, they're all the same character, really, because the major arcana is us. So here we are at the beginning, and in alignment with divine all. This is us letting go, going with the flow, and ending up in a really amazing space, and quickly because of our experience. So that's something we've been seeing a lot of. The pages have made their presence known in recent readings as well. So novice energy, beginning energy, certainly beginning energy here with the Fool. Remember, though, we're bringing our Emperor, Empress qualities to new experiences, new manifestations, right? So the World is reward of all the prior investment, which comes of taking a leap of faith here and then allowing the divine to do its part in the mix. So congratulations, we're doing that. Next set of 2. 2 of Swords, kind of taking the blind leap of faith. It's not the first time we've seen the 2 in recent readings, so no shocker there. This is us tuning into our intuition, though, at a time when the energy atmosphere could be charged with the potential challenges of meeting our own ego within our comfort zone. And being out on the edge of our comfort zone already creates excitement, excited anticipation, then pause. We've seen the Hanged Man this week as well. So pause for enlightenment to consider our next move. Really, when we know the next move is totally a leap of faith, and we've taken it, we've done it. So this is the reward of listening to the subtle intuition. Now, we've seen the High Priestess quite a bit, and in combination with the Death card more than once. And we've been turned to our intuitive guidance again and again and again. It's unavoidable. So if you would like your fulfillment to show up right in front of you, then we've all had to go within and listen to the subtle messages and take actions on that guidance to create profound results, which is what we're witnessing right here. This is a profound alignment of cards. So, Two of Swords paired with, look at that. Gosh, that's amazing. There's the Seven of Swords. In sevens, you know, heaven touches earth, though in the Seven of Swords, there's the potential for sabotage through the distraction of the inner critic, which is really the mouthpiece of the ego right there. So what's beautiful is we're seeing some of the more subtle ways that we could hold ourselves back or limit ourselves. And as soon as we recognize that, we get quiet enough to listen to, quiet, centered, grounded, harmonized in our heart-mind coherence. We talked all about that yesterday. As soon as we're there, we see it much more keenly. It comes into a very sharp focus and we're able to do something about that. Let's see what comes next. King of Wands. Excellent. Yeah, because we bring our passion, our fire, and our passionate, fiery action to the scenario. If ever there was a don't give up message, here it is. Don't stop now. If you see it, say it to yourself. If you see yourself loitering on the edge of your comfort zone and being a bit afraid to take the leap, look at the support you have to take the leap. This is just a minor hesitation here, which is great because it gives us an opportunity to check ourselves, check our energy. Are we in heart-mind coherence? If not, we do something about it. And then we've seen over and over again in the cards how important it is to take a bit of a trust fall. We've seen the Nine of Cups. Remember the artwork from that card. It's an exalted energy, and you can see it a little bit here in the Fool. You definitely see it in the World and in the Wheel of Fortune. This is us trusting ourselves. And as we do that, there are moments of hesitation. And then heaven touches earth within us, and we can see what causes us to hesitate. And instead of resisting that, we're embracing that, which allows for our passion to stay in momentum. And that's what the King is representing because we're taking action on that. And then we have, nice, the Hermit. Yes. You know, this is all about the trails we're blazing right now. We've seen the Seven of Wands this week. And the Hermit, the core of this card is the quest that beckons. This isn't necessarily about solitude and isolation. This is about self-relationship, the part of us we never share with anyone else. It's just for us. And it's in this connection that we are taking bold steps and creating amazing Three of Wands opportunities for ourselves. Beautiful. Keep blazing your trail. Let's see what's on the bottom of the deck. How is the universe helping us out behind the scenes? And there's the Chariot again. I think it's the third time this week we've seen this card. And we were talking about it, I think, in yesterday's reading about the divergence of energy where we could go off in either direction. Though we've made a choice here. Excuse me. We've made a choice. We've leaned into it, and you can see it in the Fool. And it's paying huge rewards. So heaven touches earth because we've embraced what causes hesitation. And we've loved that energy up. We have validated it. And we've continued to go with the flow. Hence the Chariot. Beautiful. Harmoniously moving forward. There's Justice coming back yet again. This is the third, at least the third, maybe it's the fourth time we've seen this card this week, but it's definitely been there. And we've had a lot of mirror opportunities, as I spoke about earlier in the week when we saw this card. Just take a look at that artwork. We are looking in the mirror, and that's what's going on behind the blindfold here in the Two of Swords. Excellent, right? Because we're shutting out distraction, and certainly there's distraction here, and there's more of it in the Seven. though it's going to be that subtle whisper of the intuition as the high priestess speaks, right? Our inner high priestess is speaking a message of harmony, which may on the outside feel and look counterintuitive to what's really going on. And what's really going on is our development and our faith in our ability to wield the miraculous magic that we are to create the world of our dreams, of our vision. And it's all right here laid at our feet. All we've got to do is take a step, which we did in the Three of Wands, and we're further encouraged to do more of it in the King of Wands and with the Hermit as well. The quest is beckoning. You are being called and you know it. So the time for hesitation is over. Four of Swords. You are recovered. You know, this is a card of preparation. And you see the somewhat wounded heart in this nest here in the Four of Swords. That's the Three of Swords heart right there. So we've pulled the swords out of that three. And we have healed from this. We have rested from whatever our Three of Swords was, right? And now we're taking that information and that energy and that knowledge into whatever comes next. Nice. Consecutive cards. Now we have the Five of Swords. And oops, let me fix that. As I mentioned at another time, probably this week because we've seen this card as well, I feel like that character in the background on this card is the tantruming ego saying, hey, hey, and that's what's chattering in our ear here. That's what's following us, is the hesitation of the ego to keep us safe. What is safe? Your experience, your wisdom, your knowledge. If anything, that's it. You got to trust yourself, lean in and trust yourself to take all the right steps and make all the right moves, which you're already doing. So this is us healed on the 3, restored on the 4, preparing for the 5, because you know there's a little bit of quagmire when you break out of an old cycle or an old way of being and the ego wants to drag us back in. Not happening. Not when this reading is front loaded the way that it is. There's no way we're going back. And then we have the Queen of Swords because we've made a serious decision. And we had the emphatic no come out of the Angel Answers card recently as well. And I feel like that's the Queen right there. Beautiful. Because she's being receptive to all of the incoming enlightenment, information, intuition, and making a tough decision, which is to move us gracefully out of our comfort zone. So hence the potential headache right there as we do a little bit of battle. Let's see what's after this Queen. Nice. Here's the King. King and Queen of Swords. More harmony, divine masculine, divine feminine right here. And that's how we're taking action, with great discernment, great decision making, all based upon our wisdom and our experience and the blessed, whelming load of happiness that comes of making our dreams come true. So some of us are standing in the face of our dream coming true, witnessing it evolve and happen, right? And still that ego wants to climb up and grab hold of something. And that's okay. Embrace that, like I said, and love it. Love the heck out of it. Thank it. Have gratitude, you know. Thank you for showing me this. Self. Universe. All right, Angel Answers now. Put a question to the deck if you have one. Let it confirm the reading or be a fresh message. Our first card, flipping itself over in the deck. Recovery, coming back again. It's all about our well-being because we've had to lean deep into our trust for the vision we hold in heart-mind coherence as it gets challenged by our hindsight, our memory field, our belief system, and a very talkative ego. This is us getting over that. And congratulations again. See, peaceful resolution coming up next, because you've continued to take steps in the direction of fulfillment for yourself, even when it looks and feels counterintuitive, even if you're getting feedback and opinions from other people in your world with differing opinions, right? That's okay. If they have a differing opinion, it doesn't have to disrupt your flow and your decision making or what you're doing, because you're making your decisions like the King and the Queen of Swords with incredible discernment based on your intuitive guidance. That's huge. So opinions, feedback, they're welcome. Sometimes really helpful. Doesn't necessarily have to change your course, the course you've set for yourself. Seriously, here it is again. Listen to your intuition. It's just a comedy now, right? Can we pull a reading without that kind of message showing up for us? Probably not. Next. There it is. If you believe. Do you believe what your ego's dishing out right now? Do you trust your wisdom? Do you trust your experience like an emperor and empress? And do you take action like a charioteer? Are you moving heaven on earth for you? How is your belief system serving you or holding you back? Great questions. One more card. Emphatic success. Absolutely. I don't really see, sense, or feel it any other way. It's total success for you, for each of us. So pause, hesitate if you have to, question everything for yourself, and then trust yourself. Okay, final word on the reading from angels and ancestors. How is our soulful presence informing our waking consciousness? And we have the lady of this deck. There's the Empress, as far as I'm concerned. Enjoy growth and reap rewards for blazing your trail. Heck yeah. Have a great Friday. Have a beautiful weekend. Peace, love, joy. Namaste.